What's up, sloppies? Hi. Gonna wedge some shit today. Got some WH8 from New Mexico clay. That's what I've been primarily working with. Around through 25 pounds. Some good stuff though. Quality folks over there. So if you guys are in New Mexico or Albuquerque, you need to get some supplies or what have you, give them a shout, dude. Great people. I'm just gonna wedge today in this little video, show you what I've learned, because I'm a greenhorn for sure. I have no idea what I'm doing half the time, which is half the fun. So I'm just gonna pull off a nice little chunk here. I don't know how much does that weigh? I don't know, a pound and a half, 2 pounds. That's 2 pounds for sure. Maybe a little bit more. Whatever. Close this bag up. Alright, quick. Oh. This is my little makeshift wedging table. It's just a wire rack. I've got a bamboo cutting board right here. It's about utilizing what you have, you know. I'm in a small space. This is just a hodgepodge little studio action. So I've even got this thing wedged in here, unintended, with some pencils in between the board and the postas for the wire rack. It's not very stable either, so I actually have to shift my body weight in order to wedge properly. So with this guy right here, I'm thinking, screw it, I'll just cut it in half again. What about there? You know, whatever. And then I'll just work one of these rectangles here. So the way I've kind of been taught via YouTube, shout out to Dante, Earth Nation Ceramics, and a couple other dudes. Basically, you want to kind of start with a rectangle. You know, throw it like this if you got it. Get your shape. But basically, move this on this side better. I've had to put my foot down here on the table like this and keep all my weight on my back foot, and then kind of balance it out so this table's not so rickety. This position actually, 1 foot forward, so to speak, kind of helps with the motion of wedging, because ultimately, you know, you're not kneading dough, you're wedging clay, and they're similar but vastly different. And so ultimately, like, I've learned to just kind of turn in and push horizontally with the table, and it helps with your back posture. You gotta get it all set, your body set for this whole wedging process, and then you can actually just kind of take your eyes off the block of clay and what you're doing, because it's muscle memory and repetition, and it can go rather quickly once you get it down. So I just do ram's head, keep my hands on the side, just push in, rock it back, do the same thing. There's my second one. Notice my motion is this way, and I can actually just rock my body too. So I rock it back on the sides, push in, rock it back on the sides, push in as I'm pushing towards the wall. That's it. The trick is to actually bring this thing back far enough. That's not far enough. That's far enough. So get it to 90 degrees and then bring it another 30, 40 degrees back towards you. You can already see my swirls. You can already see my smashes. That's it. And I'm just watching you guys wedging. Like very little effort involved in this at all. It's pretty simple, really. So you can see my little horns, you can see my little duck face. I like to go whatever, right? Just keep going. This is very minimal amount of clay, so it takes very little effort to get this thing moving. If it was a bigger block of clay, you'd probably see me getting my body into it more. You know what? You might not have the perfect ram horn, you might not have the perfect duck bill. Just keep going. It's literally repetition. Practice makes permanence, not perfection. Perfection's boring. Alright, so cool, whatever. Smash it down. Do your thing. I like to get to about here. If I'm going to keep it in a cylindrical shape, that's cool, we'll do that and just kind of rock out, swirl out a bottom like so. Always just easier to plant on your wheel and get going. So there's one. Let's do this one. Whatever. See? Practice makes permanence, dudes. I just folded a big old air pocket in this thing, so whatever. But I'm getting my grip, getting my handle on the clay. So what's that? 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm getting my swirls in, getting my duck bill in. You just kind of push in, just like this. It's just this motion. But you're keeping your hands on the side to keep the clay from out. That's all you're doing. And like, that's where all the pressure is. Just right here. Right here. Right here. With the palm of your hand. This chunky fat part of your hand. That's it. See how the clay's like barely moving in position? I'm just doing it right here. I'm not all over the board. You can see by my impression, my wet marks right here. That's it. And it's not big, huge, long, sweeping strokes either. It's just quick and easy. Quick and easy, baby. Right? And so, once I feel like it's sufficiently wedged, my strokes get smaller. My hand movements get smaller. And I'm really kind of shaping the clay into what I like already. Taper it at the end, really kind of cleaning up these folds. Look at this ram head, or ram horn, as opposed to this one. I'm doing that on purpose. I'll just get in here and kind of do one of these again, and there we go. Now I've got 2 balls of clay ready to hit the wheel. So that's my take on ram's head wedging. Again, it's really about body positioning and muscle memory. You don't have to beat the shit out of this clay. It's really stupid, simple, slow. Right here, just these movements right here. That's it. Bigger clays, you can get into it like this, your whole body. No arm movement whatsoever. See that? It's whole body. You do this all day, your tris, your bis, your shoulders, your lats, they're gonna freaking hurt. Look how arched my back is right now. I'm really trying to practice this motion here, keeping that back straight. I have a bad back as it is, so it's really important, no matter what you're doing, throwing clay, that you get the proper posture, because that's disheartening in and of itself when you think you're really into clay and you go spend 3 hours on the wheel and a couple more hours around the shop, around the studio, and you do your thing, and the next day and the day after that you're sore as shit because you had the wrong posture. And then you're like, man, maybe clay's not for me, I'm hurting. Well, you just just have to be conscientious of how you're standing and the way you're using your body to form the forms and do all the things. So there you have it. Talk to you later, sloppies.